Benito Mussolini and the Rise of Fascism in Europe. The story of Benito Mussolini and the Rise of Fascism in Europe is a tale of power, ideology, and the dramatic transformation of a nation. This article delves into the life of Mussolini, the formation of fascism, and its profound impact on Italy and the broader European landscape. Early life and political beginnings. Benito Amilcare Andrea Mussolini was born on July 29, 1883, in the small town of Predappio, Italy. Raised in a politically active family, Mussolini was exposed to socialist ideas from an early age. His father, a blacksmith and ardent socialist, and his devoutly Catholic mother influenced his early political views. Mussolini's initial foray into politics was within the socialist movement, where he quickly made a name for himself as a fiery and charismatic leader. However, the tides of European politics were shifting. The devastation wrought by World War I left Italy in a state of economic hardship, social unrest, and political instability. These conditions set the stage for Mussolini's dramatic ideological transformation. Birth of fascism. In 1919, Mussolini founded the Fasci di Combattimento, a political movement that blended nationalist and socialist elements. Initially a loose organization of war veterans, nationalists, and disaffected socialists, the Fasci evolved into the National Fascist Party by 1921. Mussolini's vision for fascism was a radical departure from traditional socialism. It emphasized aggressive nationalism, militarism, and the creation of a strong, centralized state. The Fascist Party's early activities were marked by violent confrontations with socialists and other political opponents. Mussolini's Blackshirts, a paramilitary wing of the party, played a crucial role in intimidating and suppressing opposition. This period of political violence and upheaval laid the groundwork for Mussolini's rise to power. March on Rome and rise to power. In October 1922, Mussolini and his supporters staged the infamous March on Rome. Thousands of Blackshirts converged on the capital, demanding that King Victor Emmanuel III appoint Mussolini as prime minister. Fearing civil war and unable to count on the loyalty of the army, the king capitulated. Mussolini was sworn in as prime minister on October 30, 1922, marking the beginning of his dictatorial regime. Once in power, Mussolini wasted no time consolidating his control. Through a combination of legal maneuvers, propaganda, and outright violence, he dismantled democratic institutions and established a totalitarian state. By 1925, Mussolini had declared himself Il Duce, the leader, and ruled Italy with an iron fist. Ideology and policies. Mussolini's fascism was characterized by its authoritarianism, nationalism, and suppression of dissent. The fascist regime sought to control all aspects of Italian life, from the economy to culture and education. Mussolini's policies included extensive propaganda campaigns aimed at glorifying the state and its leader, and promoting a cult of personality around Mussolini. Economic policies under Mussolini were geared towards creating a corporatist state, where industries were organized into syndicates representing different sectors of the economy. This system was intended to eliminate class conflict and promote national unity, but in practice, it often led to increased state control and inefficiency. One of Mussolini's most ambitious projects was the militarization of Italian society. The regime invested heavily in the military, seeking to revive the glory of the Roman Empire and expand Italy's influence abroad. This aggressive militarism would have far-reaching consequences for Italy and Europe as a whole. Mussolini's foreign policy and World War. Mussolini's foreign policy was driven by his desire to create a new Roman Empire. This ambition led to a series of aggressive expansionist actions. In 1935, Italy invaded Ethiopia, using modern military technology to brutally subjugate the nation. The international community, including the League of Nations, condemned the invasion, but took little concrete action to stop it. In 1939, Italy invaded Albania, further demonstrating Mussolini's expansionist ambitions. Mussolini's alliance with Nazi Germany, formalized in the Pact of Steel in 1939, drew Italy into World War II. The Axis alliance with Germany and Japan aimed to reshape the global order, but it would ultimately lead to devastating consequences for Italy. Decline and Fascist World War II progressed. Mussolini's regime began to falter. Italy's military campaigns were largely unsuccessful, and the Italian economy struggled under the strain of war. By 1943, popular support for Mussolini had eroded, and the Allies were making significant advances into Italian territory. In July 1943, Mussolini was deposed by members of his own government and arrested. However, German forces rescued him, and he was installed as the leader of a puppet state in northern Italy. This last-ditch effort to cling to power was short-lived. In April 1945, as Allied forces closed in, Mussolini attempted to flee to Switzerland, but was captured by Italian partisans. On April 28, 1945, he was executed, and his body was displayed publicly in Milan. Legacy of Fascism. Legacy of Benito Mussolini and fascism remains a complex and controversial chapter in European history. Mussolini's regime left a lasting impact on Italy, shaping its political and social landscape for decades. The horrors of World War II and the Holocaust, carried out in collaboration with Nazi Germany, serve as a stark reminder of the dangers of totalitarianism and radical ideologies. Today, the memory of Mussolini is a subject of debate and reflection in Italy. While some view him as a strong leader who brought order and modernization to Italy, others remember the brutal repression, imperialist ambitions, and ultimate failure of his regime. Benito Mussolini's rise and fall are a testament to the turbulent political landscape of early 20th century Europe. His brand of fascism, characterized by authoritarianism, nationalism, and militarism, left an indelible mark on history. As we reflect on this period, it is essential